Welcome to Biblical Receipts Podcast. Today we're going to play a game. The game is called Would You? Okay, you ready? Would you? Okay, so would you? This is hypothetical. Okay, if you had a loved one brutally murdered innocently at the hands of somebody else by any of these uh, handguns, knives, or any other object, brutally murdered your innocent loved one. Okay. Question: would you rush out to a jewelry store and have them make a replica of that weapon, you know, miniature size, so you can wear it around your neck in remembrance of your loved one? So you can, when you look at that weapon, you say, "Oh, my loved one was murdered by this. Oh, this is the only way I can remember my loved one, by wearing this gold-plated Glock around my neck. It's the only way I can remember my loved one, by wearing this bloody knife that they were brutally bludgeoned with around my neck. That's the only way I can really show my appreciation, is wear this weapon around my neck." Now, I ask you that question to get some type of response. I know it's ridiculous to a lot of you. Maybe a couple of you probably would do it. I don't know. However, do you see anything wrong with it? That's one of my questions. Do you see anything wrong with wearing the murder weapon, a replica of that weapon, around your neck to remember someone who you loved, innocently put to death at the hands of someone else? Does that make any sense to you? Does it? Let me ask you this. See this image here? It's a cross. Many of you believe and feel that Jesus was murdered or died on the cross, right? But yet you don't have a problem wearing it. Many of you don't have a problem wearing it around your neck, do you? No. Why? If you have a problem wearing the other thing around your neck, why don't you have a problem wearing this, since you claim to love Jesus so much? Why do I bring this up? Well, for a number of reasons. You know, the cross actually got its start centuries before Jesus ever came to earth. As you can see here, these are Egyptian symbols, statues, and whatnot. The Ankh, many of you are familiar with, the Egyptian cross. Yes, that's where the modern day cross that people wear around their necks, that's where it got its start. It's a pagan symbol. For those of you don't are not familiar with the word pagan, it means false god, false worship. Okay, worship that God does not approve of. It is a man-made symbol, a man-made object, a man-made idol made with human hands. Made with human hands. The cross is a man-made idol that you have to go out, literally dig in your pocket, your purse, or your handbook, or whatever you have, or take out a credit card, debit card, and pay for it, to wear it proudly around your neck for whatever reason. Some of you wear them for religious reasons. Others wear them to make a fashion statement. Either way, it's a pagan, man-made idol, a symbol used in worship. Do you think God approves of it? Well, the book of Deuteronomy, if you ever read it, you will know it says that he gave strict law to the Israelites not to make any type of symbol from any material and use it in worship. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody seen God? Any human? Well, the Bible says they haven't. because God is invisible. He's a spirit. So let me ask you a question. If God is invisible and you can't see him, then why would you need something made by human hands that's visible that you can see to worship something that you can't? Does that make sense to anyone out there? Marinate on that for a minute. You weren't something visible to worship something or someone invisible that you had to pay for, a man-made object that you had to pay for to wear it around your neck. Now, my last point is here, Mr. Gino Jennings. As you can see down at the bottom of the screen there, in his church, and many of his churches around wherever they're located, I'm sure he has this symbol prominently displayed like he has it here. It's a pagan symbol, man-made, used in worship. Many of you love Gino Jennings because he keeps it real. Yeah. It appears that he keeps it really ignorant. This is a man that many of you think that and he know his Bible. Oh, he be knowing his Bible. Well, he may know his Bible, but obviously he don't know what God requires of his people. It's a difference. It's a big difference. This is a pagan symbol, not approved by God in any way, shape, or form. A man-made object. Think about it. This is a man that you love. Probably some of you probably even worship this guy. And he has all these pagan symbols in his houses of worship. I outlined here, I gave you all the evidence of the Egyptians using this symbol on their pagan gods. Well, more receipts. These are more receipts for you to marinate on. Again, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, that's okay. I don't care about that. He can lie. He can do this. He can do whatever he wants. I still love Gino. Well, you can love him all you want. You're going to love him to death. Unfortunately, it may be yours. With that, this is Biblical Receipts Podcast. I'm out.